Greetings, everybody. Welcome to week 5. Oh, menus, design and management. How's everybody doing? Chef?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Rested.
Good.
Good.
Good. Ray's doing all right as well. Janice popping in and out. All right, cool. So, any questions or anything that you would like to cover on from week 4? I think we're pretty solid. If not, not here. All right, Mindy, solid. Cool. I'm assuming the rest of the crew is with you, so let's move on. Okay. One thing to note, if you have missed an assignment, please do reach out, let me know so I can get you a makeup assignment. Otherwise, keep it up. We've got 2 weeks left. Remember that week 6 is going to be a short week. So week 5 is a normal week. And then the week 6, everything is due on that Sunday night. Have you all had a class like that ended on a Sunday night? I just want to make sure. Yes. All right. Sweet. Cool. So we're back to a normal schedule, back to the old ways. Class wraps up on that following Sunday. And we're good to go. So just be sure you finish strong, submit everything on time. As we know, none of these are cooking assignments. Just knock them out, finish strong, right? If anything, try to ace it, boost up that GPA, cruise on into, the next class is feeling good about everything. So after that, let's see. Well, per usual, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. We actually kind of talked about some of the topics that we're going to dive into a little bit more this week. So hopefully it'll be a good overview and review, but we're going to scratch deeper. All right. We're going into deeper levels of service, right? Meaning front of the house. How does that work, right? What type of establishments deliver certain types of service? What are the expectations of the guests, right? We talked about this way back in the beginning, if we remember, when we said, hey, you know what? Your menu needs to reflect your concept, and your concept needs to reflect your menu, and everything has to be this, mix well, this good mix, right? Whether, if we were talking about a quick sports bar, okay, what are we going to serve, right? We talked about chicken wings, appetizers, having deals on beer. What type of service would we expect in that place? Casual, yeah. What do you mean by casual? What do we think? Are they going up to the table? Are they giving big descriptions? What are they doing? How is that interaction like? You're totally right with casual. Okay, let's.
They still have to explain the menu or the items that's on the menu. I don't know, normally casual, your food doesn't take a long time to come out.
Great. And how many people do you think that one server could manage to give the right amount of casual, attentive service? Let's just ballpark, give an idea. Can I handle 50 people? Can I handle 10? What do we think? Let's just, 30. Okay, fast. A fast waitress might be able to handle 30 in a casual place. Yeah, maybe a little bit less, right? Depending, what type of establishment it is. If you're doing bar service, you could handle a lot of tabs, but that might be a lot, right? Okay, we got 4 to 6 tables, right? Now, tables generally, right, are to be assumed as four seaters, right? So 4 times 6, a little bit lower, right? 24. But I agree with you, Janice. If you were at a bar and you were a really good bartender server, right, who's working the bar, you could definitely handle 30 people, right? And it'd be solid casual, because a lot of your orders are going to be just drinks, and hopefully they're beer drafts, right? Some of it's going to be food, some explanation, but a lot of that is going to be beer, right? Or drinks, right? Especially sitting right around the bar. Now maybe on the perimeter it's a little bit different, but again, sports bar, right? More drinks, less food. Okay, so yeah, but you guys are great, awesome. I love this. Way to go. Let's keep this flow talking. Just while we're on it, what do you think about fine dining? What type of ratio, server to guests, are we looking at? How many guests can I handle?
10
Yeah,
to 12.
10 to 12. All right. Yeah, great. 12 to 16. Yeah, you guys are both in that right area, right? Somewhere between 10, 16. 16 might be a little bit high depending on how fine dining it is, right? Now, we are going to get into a little bit of the hierarchy of what happens in a fine dining restaurant. I don't know if anybody here has ever worked in a super fine dining restaurant where most of the dinners are prix fixe, or
Normally, you pay for a certain amount of courses, and that's the course for tonight.
you got it. Yes, exactly. A prix fixe would be like, we're having 10 courses. It costs $350, $200. Yeah, some wild stuff, right? Really fine dining. Okay, we're talking about pushing it to the limits, right? I mean, and those price tags could be even higher, up to 700 per person, right? With wine and everything. So in that situation, you're going to have all of these. You're going to have the lead server, right? You're going to have a secondary server. You're going to have a runner. You're going to have all these different, not to mention the sommelier, right? And all these positions, right? Somebody to come and clean, right? Take care of everything. Somebody to interact with the guests. There's a lot of back service going on, right? I would call back service, right? If I have a few waiters or waitresses beneath me and we're all attending to you, that is high level, right? And then we can go all the way down to, hey, quick service. Pull up, walk up to the counter. I'm going to take your order, pushing it in. I'm calling it out. Hey, got a 6-piece. I've got a double stack, whatever's going on. I've got nachos, calling it out. And you, the customer, is walking to the end, picking up their service, their product, right? And going to find their own seat. Okay. Now, what happens in that situation? What happens in a dining situation like that, where you go in, you make your order, you go pay, pay, and then pick it up, and then go find your own seat? What else is happening there?
Well, most of the time, the customer's emptying the tray. So you don't have anybody clean the, well, you have somebody wiping down the tables, but you're not dumping the trash.
Awesome. You and Ray both were putting the same thing. Exactly. Exactly, right? So you have somebody going around checking the tables, making sure those that didn't clean their trays, they take care of those, wiping down the tables, going there, right? So what do we know about a place like that, where it's pretty casual? You pick up, order, pick up, go. Or we could even say a buffet could be similar to this, right? You go in, you pay, right? Then you're working your buffet line, and you got your seat, okay? And you're going yourself to go fill up food, and there's a server who's going to come by and clean up, and et cetera, et cetera. What do we think about these types of establishments? Is their cost going to be higher or lower?
Lower.
Lower. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be lower because you don't have 5 people or 2 people or 1.5 people waiting on a table. Yeah, less staff, right? Cheaper. Okay. People are expecting a certain level of service, and you're delivering that level of service. Okay. So remember, every establishment, varying levels. I gave you 2 extremes. When you look at your homework, your research materials, you're going to see there's everything in the middle. We'll click over it. But does everybody understand that like, just like we were talking about concept and menu matching, service matches, because the back of the house and the front of the house have to match and be working together constantly, right? What happens if something goes wrong with the guest? Wrong order. something was put on a burger that shouldn't have been there.
Refix it. Apologize and refix it.
Right. Okay. So that means there has to be communication through the front of the house and the back of the house, right? Yeah. Front has to talk to the back. Exactly. All right. So communication, again, is key. You can't run the back without the front. You can't run the front without the back. You either don't have food or you don't have service. That's why in quick serve pickup, it's pretty great because got people cooking, got more people back at the house, fewer people front of the house. Decrease that labor dollar every month you're paying, right? What's that, Chef?
Yeah, I was just saying. I'm going with you. I'm here. We're good.
Okay, join me. Contribute. Whatever you want to talk about. Hear your side.
Well, menus, placement. Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm with you.
No, I'm good on the topic. You keep going.
Okay.
I'll jump in just a second.
Okay. So we know that there are going to be a variety of places, a variety of service styles, et cetera, et cetera. So not to mention when something goes wrong, communication. Communication is key, okay? So let's hop in. Let's check this out a little bit. But what we're going to get into is different types of table service. Now, some of these things are not going to be used in every type of location. So let's pull this up really quickly. I want to show you this, which is this. Service and menu, all right? So here we are. I believe this is the right one. This one is just talking about how your concept and your service are working out together. But this is here where we want, right? Different types of table service, all right? There's French, there's English, okay? There's Russian, there's American. All of them have different duties associated with them, okay? What type of service are you attending? For example, in English, right? The host or the hostess is passing it around for each guest. French, tableside. Maybe that could be a dessert, could be salad, right? Caesar salad is one that's pretty common. There are some really extreme things where they do I'm gonna send you out a video of this, but they are pressing a duck at the table, okay? We've got Russian, which is also similar to French, okay? But it's more of an independent choice. You pick out a cut of meat and then it's carved for you. And then American, passed around. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that all service is like that in every single country or style, okay? That just means those are specific types of styles that it's recognized by. Then we go into what we were talking about before, counter service, cafeteria service, buffet, room service, drive-through, delivery, all right? All of these require different types of communication skills and attention. What do we think, all right? Got some questions to follow up on that, of course. What do you all think, somebody just knows about their experience, when we talk about chefs in the kitchen, right? Prep work. Yeah, you roll in, you got to do prep work. Okay, that's back of the house, or maybe have to check inventory, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Check in deliveries, whatnot. What do you think front of the house is doing?
Prepping their stations.
Okay.
Getting, I don't know, salads ready, lemon, onions for whatever.
Okay.
Making sure the tables are.
Yes, exactly. I've got a lot of this. So I've got making sure tables are set, prepping side components, right? Side work, rolling silverware, salt and pepper shakers, right? Fountain drinks, tea, ketchup, mustard, maple syrup. What else? Right? Menus, wiping those down. Remember we talked about that way back in the beginning about menu, sticky menu, stained menu. Whose job is that? Is that the chef in the back? No, that's the server up front going through those menus, checking, right? Making sure tables are clean. Yeah. Making sure if you have a candle, right? A little votive, you know, for the evening, that those get placed at the right time. Okay, refilling the caddy, right? Sugar caddy, right? Hot sauce, condiments, things that it really has no value for the back of the house person, chef, cook, line cook, prep cook, to be doing front of the house duties, right? Straws, napkins. Okay. So there's delegation, right? There are duties that need to be accomplished both back of the house and front of the house. Chopping onions for a main course, or slicing lemons for the bar. Okay, filling ramekins with butter, ketchup, right? Duties, 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 duties. Everything should be in its place. All right. You want to have a clear set, by the way, of duties that everybody has to do. So if you have 300, if you know, right, it's Thursday and people love to come in on Thursday, you've got a live band, your capacity is, you know, pretty big, you're a big venue, and you know, you're going to have like 250 to 300 guests coming in on that Thursday for that live show, right? That's a lot of prep, right? It's a lot of silverware to roll up with napkins, everything to be full. Right? Now, we've got all that front of the house stuff. What about the back of the house? What are they doing? Okay, they're prepping as well. But are they taking stuff out of bags and prepping it, or are they prepping fresh? Are they making all their soups and sauces from scratch?
Most of the time, well, where I work, everything is made in-house
All right, great.
for desserts.
Wait, except for desserts.
Yes.
Okay, you bring up a great point. Okay, so why are desserts not made in-house? Why do you think?
Extra help for baking. They would have to come in and bake. I mean, early. So, and I think it's cheaper to have it brought in than to pay someone to do it.
Awesome. You have brought up all three of you guys are all on point, right? Ray, Mindy, Janice, all you guys, awesome. All right. You're all perfectly correct, right? If you don't have that skilled labor, right? Skilled labor meaning, hey, if I need cakes decorated, right? I need to bring somebody who has skill knows how to pipe. That is not easily learned. I mean, hello, culinary arts, baking, pastry arts. This is an art. You can't imagine somebody just to cup up a piping bag and be able to draw a palm tree on that and write perfectly, right? You're dealing with a piping bag that's like this, right? That's a skill. To make the texture of that baking and pastry, whatever it is, right? Baking pastry takes a lot of skill because it's more science, a bit more chemistry, okay? There's not that, ooh, let's help it here with culinary, right? So baking pastry is a really important thing that you brought up. Oftentimes, it is more cost effective to buy pre-made desserts. High quality, consistent, right? You have to pay a little bit more for that product, but you're not paying for that labor cost. Because the labor cost to get that quality is going to be highly skilled and trained, right? Which means a bigger dollar per hour. As Chef then said, cost, right? So, sweet. Chef, I know you do a combination of both pre-made and made in-house products. Talk to us a little bit about that. Talk to us, yeah.
Well, when we talk about let's go with in-house. So on a big scale, we do all of our soups or sauces. We have these huge kettles, like 100, 200 gallon kettles. I have 3 of them, and I got a couple little baby ones. It's called a cook chill system. We cook everything in bulk, and then we bag it up. We have machines. We bag it up. It's almost like a factory. We do a lot. We do our soups, sauces, sloppy joes, So we'll do all of our sauces for these things, and we'll even make our burrito sauces. We make actually an awesome burrito sauce. I had a recipe for it. But anyways, besides the point is that the consistency between both and identifying when to use pre-made and when to make your own. I worked for a company a long time ago where everything was we had to make, from our barbecue sauces, ranch dressings, everything. And it was great flavors, but we also ran into the problem with staffing. So guess who had to do it? Yeah, you guys, as the chefs, you guys would have to do it. So that was me working long hours. It was cool, but it was hard to keep staff and train staff to appropriate way to make, that ranch dressing, French dressing, barbecue sauces. So which was fine. But you have to find that line. For me, because I've been on both sides. I've been in the restaurant style and institution lifestyle. So I've been in both. I've batch cooked. I've done it all. But I found out that if you find your line, say, okay, I want to do 70-30. I want to do 70% pre-made, not pre-made, sorry, 70% homemade, 30% pre-made. Because if you don't find a line, you're gonna go crazy. And I know all of us here wants to have some type of life outside of working 100 hours a week. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But you also have to think about, what is that guy or company or person doing next door? And I don't want to taste like him, so I want to make my homemade. My ranch is homemade because that's what we do. But all the other dressings are, the Italian, they're regular. But that ranch you got is the bomb. It's so good. People come back for that ranch. So you kind of got to pick your battles. I was told many, many moons ago, pick your battles. Because I was that kid just fired up. Everything's homemade. Alfredo sauce, we're doing it all. And then my chef was like, pick your battles. We can do these things, but you can look at the big picture. Staffing, costs, this. There's so many things that are involved in it.
Time.
Time that you can't get back. So if you have a family, that's one of the huge effects. But pick your battles. They're both good products. They both have great products, pre-made or making yourself. You just have to figure out your demographics, what's going on in your area. And sometimes you can get a better product than you can make, to be honest with you, and just use it. So you just got to pick your battles. Pick them. You want to win. Try to win.
100%. I agree. Definitely pick your battles, right? What are you making in-house? What do you have the staff capability for? What do you have the staff skill set level for, right? All of those things make a difference. Guess what? It's not even just about back of the house. What if you're trying to really sell an image and this high-end food, and your servers don't know how to sell it? Right? Okay. So it goes both ways. There's impact everywhere, right? You need to make sure that your staff can sell your product, knows how to sell it, knows the ingredients. So let's hop into the assignments really quickly, because I just want to make sure that everybody's on track. And then I want to pull up some other visual aspects of different types of table service. All right. And we still have to talk about one other important thing, which is setting up and thinking about what your kitchen can handle. Again, we talked about this a little bit last week, right? We talked about, hey, if I have only one item that's fried, do I need a fryer, right? That doesn't make good use of that fryer. Cost, et cetera, space. All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that, how you set your place up, right? Just going a bit more in depth. Now, let me pull up this class really quickly, make sure we're in all together. You all have been doing a great job, by the way, knocking out work ahead of time and early, so keep it up. Thank you, and just keep doing well. Like I said, last 2 weeks, so might as well knock it out of the park. Click through this. You've got the whole lesson menu in production, okay? I don't think this one, I'm just going to double check, but this one, okay, this is not that. I thought this was the one with the questions. It's not. I tricked you all, right? But this one is, right? Service in the menu, okay? Ooh, who knows this question? French table service consists of food served cold, food portioned out by the host, food passed around the table, food prepared tableside. I see two people getting in the chat.
Tables.
Tableside, yeah. Everybody's going tableside. You're totally right. Great job. Way to be on top of everything. All right. So make sure you're going through this, hitting these because these add up to points, right? Different levels of service, et cetera, then following up with questions. Now, preparation. This is why I wanted to pull on this one. You, of course, have your knowledge check as well. Don't forget about that. It is, hold on. It was hidden from me for a second, so I just want to make sure everybody's on track. It was, it's located a little bit lower behind, but down. So just make sure you kick that, all right? And that preparation, the discussion. So in the discussion, here we go. Everybody has been given an item, all right, that you need to talk about, right? The question is, when is it better to produce in-house or buy it prepared? So what have we just been talking about? Pretty much that, right? Use that. Use that guidance that we just had about how to answer this. So if it is, I'm not going to pull anybody's up. I'm going to say, what if it is made in house? Okay, we already talked about salad dressing, so let's take that one out. What do we think? What do we think? Oh, I know. Who knows or remembers what demi-glace is? I love that you all have already knocked it out. Great job. Demi-glace. Does anybody know what demi-glace is? A sauce. Yeah, you're right. Okay. What about that sauce? Yeah. Chef Vince is giving you clues, y'all. Are you picking up? Are you watching him? A thick sauce. All right. A concentrated sauce. Yeah. Of what? What is it of? What is a Scaffier of fond? Okay. Wine. Okay. What is a Scaffier famous for? You thought I was going to let you guys roll through a menus class without talking about a Scaffier? Stock and Espanol, all right. Yeah, all right. But what are those? What are those also? Okay, the Espanol, mother sauces. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. So demi-glace, which takes hours to reduce, right? And hours to make because we've got, first we have to make beef or chicken stock. Then we have to make sauce Espanol, right? Yeah, let's hear it. What are the other three? Do you guys, well, wait, four. We got Espanol. What else? It's fun to bring a little cooking into the reality of things, right? Tomato, sauce tomate. Yep. So sauce Espanol, sauce tomate, bechamel, velouté hollandaise. That's why you guys are all here in class right now. That's what's up. All right. Exactly. All right. So demi-glace. Do we think a product that we're going to need to make first have to make one mother sauce, okay, Espanol, and stock, right? And we know how long a good beef stock takes, right? 8 to 10 hours, right? Plus sauce Espanol. Or am I going to buy a tub of demi-glace and grab my spoon in there and drop that in? If I'm like, kind of middle of the road, not super fine dining, but good, really good, tasty. Yeah, you're going to buy it, right? Yeah. It takes way too dang long to make that. You can always jazz it up. Exactly. Add fresh herbs, hit it with a little bit of acid, change something, right? Change balance of it. Okay. So That's kind of what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, hey, what do we choose to make? All right. So going back into that discussion forum, what are you going to make? What are you going to buy in-house? All right. Think about it. Think about it from a cost standpoint. Think about it from a production standpoint, ingredient availability standpoint, all those. Come up with a great answer, knock it out. All right. That's all it takes. So that's pretty easy. All right. Now, who wants to know a little bit more about different types of services? Or we can talk a little bit more about restaurant kitchen setups. Which one first? What do you guys want? So table services? All right, let's rock and roll. Pull this bad boy up. And here we go. Who remembers the brigade? Kitchen brigade? CE101? Yeah, all right. A little refresher course, all right. See what's up. Chef de cuisine, also known as CDC, right? You'll see that. Sous chef, saucier, poissonnier, okay, pâtissier. All of these different positions, right? Again, Escoffier created the brigade system. He put order into the kitchen. Now, is every restaurant going to have one of these? No, you're not going to have a classical brigade system. You might have a kitchen manager, an exec chef, an executive sous chef, line cook, saute, grill, fry, pastry, salad, or garde manger. All right. So sometimes, by the way, garde manger will be an all-inclusive name for both pastries and cold food and salads. All right. Sometimes that's also incorporated into a garde manger position, just so you know. Front of the house. Boom. We got a lot of different names here too. Sommelier. Does anybody know what a sommelier is? Yeah, what? Wait, was that from before? But I don't know. Sommelier? Anybody? I mentioned it a little bit earlier when we were talking about service in fine dining restaurants. No? Okay, that's okay. Does anybody know what a cicerone is? Okay. So a sommelier and a cicerone are both people that have taken usually some exams, okay, to be certified in knowledge, yes, Ray, of either wine or beer. So for a sommelier, it's wine knowledge, okay? Just like a chef or exec chef would be in the back of the house, a sommelier is a wine connoisseur. They have taken multiple exams, they've studied wines, they understand why does it smell different, what region did this come from, et cetera, et cetera. All right, I'll put the word in here so everybody knows. That should be it. Sometimes I'm a little bit off on my spelling, but I think we're good. Now, a cicerone, all right, and I think this is like that, or I think it's that, or it's a double C at the end, but it corrected it, so auto correct. Is a beer master, all right? Somebody who knows all about different types of beer, right? Remember, just like there are different types of cuisines of food, there are different grapes and varietals and different types of hops and barley. So you have really professionals and titles that will have that responsibility and that role in the front of the house. Much like a bar manager or a beverage manager. Yeah, cicerone. Could be cicerone, but I'm pretty sure it's cicerone. Let me make sure here. Let me give it to you guys. No, it's the first one. Here's this. Let me just put this in there. This is the cicerone certification. Putting it in the chat. Cicerone. And this is for sommelier, for wine. This is going to be, this one is Court of Masters. It's the most well-known one. This is for sommelier. Now, remember, a lot of people will go and transfer to the front of the house, right? Because there's value in both front of the house and back of the house. Hospitality is hospitality. Do you love to cook? Do you love to serve? Do you love to do both? Do you want to dabble in both? Hey, expand your knowledge. Guess what? Knowing beers and wine also helps to expand your knowledge and how to pair things. All right. So let's get back into these. Oh no, that's not what I wanted, but that's that. So then we've got, of course, a head waiter, a captain, right? Front waiter, back waiter, or a butler, right? Back waiter. We were talking about that in a fancy place, right? Way upscale, you're gonna have all of these. In a place that's serving cafeteria buffet style, you're gonna have a few people, like we said, cleaning tables, checking tables, and other people back in the house prepping, and other people in cooking, and some filling the line. All right. Casual place setting. Who wants to do any type of private catering or private chefing? Is there any, wait, hold on, let me just pull this out. Is anybody out there who wants to do catering or private chefing? Or no, you, okay, Ray, yeah. All right, yeah, April. All right, so guess what's important? Okay, awesome. So guess what's really important here, right? Somebody in that type of role. Now, if you're a big, large scale caterer, you're gonna have somebody who's managing front of the house, right? Definitely. If you're a smaller caterer, you're gonna be interacting with a lot of your customers. You're gonna be the face, okay? One of my best friends, she runs a catering. She's the face. She's interacting with all the guests, the customers, potential customers, recruiting, all that stuff. Private chefs, also, guess what? A lot of interaction with the guests. Okay, so is it important to know how to set the table, make it look good? You don't want to walk into a table that looks like, oh my gosh, does anybody even know what's going on? The silverware is all out of whack. I only have water glasses. I want wine. What's going on, right? So let's briefly breeze through some of these because I think this will help you all. Again, it's that mesh of front of the house and back of the house. All right, so casual place setting, right? Pretty simple. Maybe we've got, your standard. If you're lucky, you've got a salad fork and a dinner fork, right? That's not always necessary in a casual place setting. You might just have one that's replaced. All right, that looks a little bit more than casual to me, but hey, that's okay. Everybody has their idea of casual, right? Informal. Wine glass, water glass. Is it all preset? Are you doing service in the sense that you want all the plates there? Are plates coming out from the kitchen, right? How does that happen? Formal place settings. Again, here's another visual. Look at this. Whoa, hello. We went from, 5 pieces of silverware, stayed at 5. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. 6, 7. Throw in a dessert spoon and a cake fork and a bread knife, a butter knife. Add a red and a white glass. Not just one, right? Got just that general wine glass. Now we've doubled up. In some places, you might have a champagne glass set off around here. Ultra formal. Oh, are we gonna get it? Yeah. Where's that champagne flute? Bingo. There we go. Plus the after dinner, the sherry, right? And we've increased our silverware in case it's needed, right? Depending upon the service. Look at this. Starts to get really out of control. How many courses would this be for? What do you all think? This setting. We got 4, we've got 8. All right, let's think about it. So most likely, right, you're working from the outside in. Okay, who knows? There could be multiple courses. What are all these courses for? How is it working? We know we've got at least that dessert. Looks like there could be some type of shellfish over here, right, with a little teeny fork and a spoon. This looks like a serrated knife, right? Yeah, could be a soup spoon. Then that could be another course if that was for anything else that's serrated, right? Different sizes of forks. So again, this is like, let's be honest, it's like the Titanic, all right? old school, not often seen, really incredible service. All right. Who eats like that anymore? Guess what? There are going to be parties that are like that. Now, what's more common? I'll tell you this much. You might have two set out, and then if you order more courses, right? So say I'm dining with a friend. We tell the server, waiter, we're just going to order a bunch of food. We're going to have a nice leisurely dinner. We're going to order about 7 courses, but we're going to take our time. They might come in and out and occasionally switch out our plate because the food would be plated and we would have a share plate. They might occasionally switch out our silverware. Or it might be the type of establishment that's like, we're not changing out your silverware. What are you talking about? You better save your fork, right? Who hasn't been there? Come on. I know I certainly have. I've been in all types. Yeah, you better hold on to that.
The Chinese buffet.
What's that, chef?
I said, when I take the kids to the Chinese buffet.
You better hold on to your fork.
You better hold on to that fork.
Okay. See? So again, different types of service, different types of all of these setups. It's really quite fascinating. And then we can go into different styles, right? Chinese hot pot, how does that work? What's that setup like? We're going to have chopsticks, right? Japanese table setting. Okay, we've got another thing, right? And each culture might have a different way of setting the table, okay? Putting it out. And then again, we're just going into depth a bit more about these service styles. Dim sum service, also very interesting. Okay. Has anybody ever had dim sum or know what dim sum is? Do you remember from CE132 when you did the dim sum lesson? Dim sum lesson, anyone? Yeah. All right. What do we know about dim sum? Other than we all love it. Yeah, Ray. Lots of small bites, right? Egg rolls, shumai, stuffing like this, dumplings. Well, in dim sum service, traditional dim sum service, it's going to get wheeled around on a cart, okay? Like a waiter's going to come rolling around to your table with little piece of portions on the cart for you to pick from. Kind of fantastic. All right. You feel like you're some Chinese royalty. Okay. At least I do. And then we go into chopstick etiquette. Of course, there's different things about that, how to place that, but I think you all covered that in cuisines of the world. But what the major point is, different styles, different presentation, right? What do we think might be served at a Japanese setting that would be different from an American or French one? What type of glassware might be different? What type of drinks would be, what is a common drink? Oh, ceramic. Yeah, Ray. Sake. Exactly. So instead of having a wine glass and all of this, you might have a little sake ceramic cup instead. Again, what's your concept? How is your setup? What utensils do you have? What's your style? Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this? No? Is everybody feeling good about this? Yeah? All right. Solid. Okay, I'm going to bring up one other quick thing, and then we're going to bug out for the duck out. Jeff, did you want to add anything?
No, I think I'm all set. I'm trying to think about just the different, styles of dining. What you might see at, we talk about casual versus, fine dining. But nothing comes to mind. I mean, I think we covered everything.
Right, I think so.
And unless you want to use a spork.
Well, of course, sporks are a whole other.
I mean, sporky is in, but other than that, I don't think I don't have anything on top of it.
Okay. Well, then let me just pull up this visual, and then we're gonna head out. Okay. So This is just getting a visual. We were talking about, hey, utilization of equipment, right? So if I'm running a breakfast spot, what do we think? What type of equipment do I most likely need for a breakfast spot? A big mixer, a grill oven. Okay. What else? What would else be really important there? Breakfast, eggs, right? Toaster, yeah. Flat top, boom. Janice, where do you work? Because we're all gonna come because you know what you're doing. I'm just joking with you. But yes, okay. Certain equipment you're gonna use more than the other. Now, what happens if you're putting, oh man, let's say you've got all these breakfast items and they sell like crazy. All right. And we're talking about pancakes, French toast, hash. What am I going to need with a lot of that? Of all those, a griddle. Yeah, griddle or the flat top. Flat top, right? You're going to need a big spot. Otherwise, guess what happens? If you have a small flat top, I'm doing breakfast, I'm doing brunch. How many people are ordering pancakes and French toast and some hash and some other chorizo tortilla breakfast wrap that you got to fry up on the plancha, right? Because you're not going to put that order in the frying pan, right? So when you're building your menu, you need to make sure that your equipment matches your menu. Create some distribution, right? Appetizers. What are some good ways to produce appetizers? What do we want about an appetizer? Fast, right? Exactly. I want that app coming out. So what are quick ways of cooking? Fry. Yep. What else? Everybody wants to fry something, right? Shoot. Now we got everything in the fryer. Backed up. Where else? Quick, high heat. Grill. Yeah. All right. Sure. Some broiled items, you could have them pretty much almost finished and then doing a quick hot pot, under the salamander, get them nice, hot and bubbly. That's a possibility. But grilling, right? Grilling, quick, right? Can distribute, right? Some appetizers coming off the fryer, right? Some apps coming off the grill, maybe a saute. Okay. Saute again, high heat, right? Quick. What are some of those dishes we're going to have, coming off remember, think about dinner, right? Maybe I got a steak. It's going to be grilled. Maybe it could be broiled. I've got some fish dishes, got some chicken dishes. What else am I going to want to make sure that I have on there? Because I'm going to have a lot of reheats, quick reheats. I don't want everything cooked high heat, quick at the minute, finished, right? Microwave. You could use a microwave if you need it, depending upon, for sure. Yeah, you can. What about braised? A braised item. So now you have this super tender, long and slow cooked item, right? That you just need to reheat. We're not talking about the grill. We're not talking about the fryer. We're talking about put that in the saucepan, saute pan, throw it on the flat top or a burner, heat it up, sauce it up, garnish, you're good to go. All right. Okay. So I'm just going to pull up this last quick visual and then we're out of here. All right. Unless anybody has questions. But here you go. These are some visuals of kitchens, right? Sometimes I can't get them big enough and then it messes it up, I think. But let's see if we got this. Here we go. Okay. So this is just good. I'm going to close this out. I don't want that. But as you can see here, what are these? Does anybody know what these are? Let me zoom in. Those don't look like regular burners to me, but I see that they have knobs. That looks flat. Does anybody know what that is? Looks like we've got a little workspace, right? Next to the fry station. Good spot for a 3-stage breading. Got lots of nice pans here, right? Up top. So somebody can grab those, pull them down. What do we think? Anybody have any ideas? Who's ever cooked on an electric stove?
It's a fake kitchen, chef.
No, that's not at all.
Because the pans are so clean.
Well, that's true. But that's what happens when you cook on induction. Has anybody haven't heard of induction before? Yeah, not a fan. Okay, why aren't you a fan, Ray? I'll let you know. I'm not either. It doesn't feel like cooking to you. All right, great. Yeah, I like fire. I want fire. I want flame. I want gas. Okay. I feel the same way. I feel like I have more control. I don't know what the machine is doing. If I tell the machine, is it going to do it? Is it going to get too hot? Is it going to, how I can control. I have so much more power when I have control of the fire, right? But guess what? Induction, quicker. It's more energy efficient, actually. I'm going to leave you on this note. Do you know that there was a ban proposed in California to say, hey, all new buildings must not put gas pipelines in, right? Because gas, right? Fuel, not good, right? They said, and restaurants came back and said, wait, what? So now we have to have induction? And you had both sides of the camp. Half the thing saying, no way. No way. All new builds. This was all new buildings. It wasn't saying that old established restaurants would have to convert, but anything that was new and built. So if you want to build a new hotel and put a new fancy restaurant in there, all going to have to be induction. They wanted to pass a bill like that. Okay, I'll send you all out a link about this because I think it's very interesting. All right, and that's how I'm going to end this class. Right. Remember, everything comes into it. Right. So I know the first time I cooked on an electric, I was working on as a yacht chef. Right, and I had to cook on electric the whole time. Glass top. Right. Wasn't induction though. Because in induction, you have to use a specific pan on that converter, right? It converts through it's a chemical reaction that happens through the metal. Even that, I felt like I lost control with electric. So pretty interesting stuff. Think about the design of your kitchen. What are you using? How are you cooking? What's going on? This was obviously a very high-end fine dining kitchen that I showed you, right? Just to get your mind going in a different way, all right? That's not what a lot of kitchens look like. Extra credit will always be at the end of the course, as it has always been. Fill out the end of the course survey, get 5% added to your final grade. I won't add that on until all the grades have been calculated, just an FYI. So if you did it and you're like, hey, I did it, it's not going to happen until I finalize everybody's grade. I don't put extra credit on until I know what your real score is. All right. No, I'm just messing with you, but I'm serious actually. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be busting already over to 100 and over. So keep rocking it out. Reach out if you have questions. Knock out the week 5 and let's keep going. Great job, class. Thank you, chef.